Hello, and welcome back to the talk. It's another week, it's another time to blab about something. Love that phrase. And this week, I want to talk about something that I personally studied. First and foremost, I studied this for 4 years in the university, so I think it's safe to say I'm an expert on this subject, but you could prove me wrong, whichever that you think. But anywho, today we're talking about health. I know it's a very broad topic, but I do want to talk about health, especially in the aspect of systems in the body, because I think we talk about health a lot. No, we say health is wealth, health is good, we need health, it needs to be healthy, nutrition, food, exercise, whatnot, and whatnot. But all these things that we do for our health, they affect systems in our bodies. So let's talk about the systems, or some of the systems in the body, and how our health affects them. So starting off, I studied physiology in the university. If you don't know what physiology is the study of the normal functioning of the body. Basically, it's the study of how your body functions normally, how it is supposed to function, and how it does function normally. The opposite of physiology is pathology, which is the study of the abnormal functioning of the body. But in physiology, we call that pathophysiology. Path from pathology and then physio. Okay, so there are many systems in the body. Many systems. A lot more systems than you actually think there are. So some systems in the body, if I list them from head to toe, I may not mention all, but here are some of them that you should know. We have the nervous system, which includes the brain, the spinal cord, nerves. So the brain's in the head, so that's why I started with that. So the brain, nervous system. We have the limbic system. It's also in the skull and it's also in the brain actually. The limbic system, it contains organs that control mood, appetite, and some other things. So the limbic system. Coming down to the neck, we have endocrine glands in the neck. So we could mention the endocrine system. The endocrine system works in every part of the body, but it's my brain from head to toe. I could as well mention it now. So the endocrine system. We come down to the chest, where we have major systems like the respiratory system, the cardiovascular system. The respiratory system is made up of the lungs and other accessory breathing organs. Then we have the cardiovascular system made up of your heart, veins, arteries, capillaries. Also on this end of the body, this upper bit, we also have lymph nodes. So we have the lymphatic system, which moves waste from the body. The lymphatic system, which moves waste from the body. Coming down towards the abdomen, we have the digestive system, a very majorly known system which breaks down food and what we basically eat and drink and gives us nutrients. Going lower towards the going lower towards the lower end of the abdomen, we have the reproductive systems and the renal systems. Yes, so the kidneys are at the back, but still we have, so in the abdominal region we have the digestive system, the renal system, which is made up of your kidneys, your bladder. We have the reproductive system, which is made up of the ovaries, the vas deferens in males, and other accessory organs of reproduction. And then is there any system that feeds? I don't think so. Maybe just. But yeah, these are the major systems that we have in the body, and all these systems work together for our good. So what do these systems do? How do they work? And how does it affect us? Everything we do in life affects the body because we live in our body. We don't. Oh, I almost forgot the most important one: the skeletal system, made up of bones. But everything we do affects our bodies, and what is affected in the body are systems. All life is made up of cell life. Yeah. So we have cells. A cluster or a group of cells is called a tissue. Many tissues together, we have an organ. Many organs together, we have a system. So if an organ is affected, a system is automatically affected. If a tissue is affected, a system is automatically affected. If cells are affected, tissues then are affected, organs are then affected, and then systems are affected. And if a system is affected, there's a very big issue. There's a very big issue. And if the system is affected, all these three are affected because it's progressive. Yeah, so cell, tissue, organs, system. So these systems very important in the body because we work with systems. The body works in systems. The body isn't a standalone one-man squad. No, he needs his systems to work, and these systems interact with one another, and when they interact with one another, the body functions better. If one system isn't responding, there is a very big issue with the whole picture. Very big problem with the whole system. So basically, your body is a very big system made up of little systems. These little systems are made up of organs. These organs are made up of tissues, and then these tissues are made up of cells. I should have explained it like that the first time. I should have. Yeah. So we get the picture now. Yes. So let's look on the system part. So I mentioned quite a number of systems: the nervous, the reproductive, respiratory, cardiovascular, skeletal system, nervous system, endocrine system. I mentioned nervous twice, crazy. Renal system, digestive system, many systems. And all these systems work with one another. For example, and a very big example, and a very well-known example, is the relationship between the cardiovascular system and the respiratory system. You need oxygen in your body, and any guesses? What circulates the oxygen to your muscles? Blood. So if the cardiovascular system wasn't working with the respiratory system, because the respiratory system is what brings oxygen into the body and takes out carbon dioxide, which is a byproduct of metabolism. So when oxygen comes in through the lungs, respiratory system, it's taken to the heart, cardiovascular system. Cardiovascular system spreads oxygen to all the muscles in your body. Muscles give back carbon dioxide. Cardiovascular system passes it back to the lungs, respiratory system, and then the lungs take it out, respiratory system. So these systems work hand in hand, one with each other, to make life very enjoyable for us. In the same way, when something fails in a system, or when one part of a system fails, or a component of a system fails, the whole system is affected. It's the same way that when one component of a system in our body fails, our whole body is affected, or the whole system is affected. And since systems interact with one another in the body, the whole body is affected. I studied physiology, yeah, and something that stuck out to me in physiology, or when I was studying physiology, was how the body interacts with each other. Every single system interacts with basically every single organ, tissue, or cell. I'll give you a very simple example. Let's talk about muscles. Yes, muscles. So we have muscles everywhere in the body. Your fingers, your neck, your hands, your legs, your chest, your stomach, everywhere in the body has muscles. And what do these muscles do? They do a lot, okay? And because they do a lot, they need a lot. So muscles depend on a lot of things actually. They depend on the cardiovascular system, they depend on the respiratory system, they depend on the nervous system, they depend on the endocrine system, they depend on the lymphatic system, and this is how basically. So we have a muscle or muscle fiber, because muscles are fibers in the body. So we have a muscle fiber. This muscle fiber is very little, very little. So the muscle fiber is owned by a 5-year-old child. The muscle fiber belongs to a 5-year-old child. So it's very little, it's very small. It needs to grow as the child is growing. It needs oxygen to be empowered so it can aid the child in movement. It needs blood flow, if not the muscle will die off. It needs a receptor, it needs a receptor of stimuli. So it needs a stimuli receptor. What sort of stimuli are we talking about? Quite a number actually. It needs a pain receptor, a chemical receptor, a temperature receptor, a lot of receptors. Okay, so it needs a receptor for stimuli, so your stimuli receptor. And what else? It needs where it can drain to, byproducts of metabolism, because the muscle works. Okay, it does work. So this one muscle fiber needs about 7 systems to function. The cardiovascular system provides the blood. The respiratory system provides it oxygen through the cardiovascular system. The endocrine system provides it with hormones, which helps it grow. And some hormones are transported through the blood, some are not. So in this case, the cardiovascular system may also be working in as much as it is aiding the endocrine system to work. It needs stimuli, and the biggest form of stimuli in the body are nerves. Nerves are receptors. They carry messages up and down and up and down. So stimuli, which carry messages when there is pain, when there is temperature changes. I can do this because of my nervous system. We do a lot because of our nervous system, and it works really fast. So this one muscle fiber, it has the help of the cardiovascular system, respiratory system, endocrine system. It needs where to drain byproducts of metabolism. So the lymphatic system comes in, so it drains into lymph nodes around the body. There are various lymph nodes in the body, so different lymph nodes based on different parts. So another byproduct of metabolism that it takes away or needs to get rid of is carbon dioxide, so the respiratory system plays another part of it. So we mentioned quite a number of systems that this one muscle fiber needs. So imagine if let's play a scenario, a typical medical school scenario. John is a 5-year-old kid. He comes into the hospital with his mother. The mother tells the doctor that he's complaining of weakness, fatigue, and a lot of things. And 3 weeks ago, John was a very happy, bubbling child who used to play football. Okay, so the doctor runs a number of tests on John, and then he sees that his red blood cell count is low. What does this mean? Well, red blood cell count is the number of red blood cells in your body, in your body. And at different ages of different genders, there are specific ranges, there are specific physiological ranges that your red blood cell count is meant to be within to be considered normal. That's what physiological ranges are. A lot of parameters have their physiological ranges. So physiological ranges are the normal ranges of certain parameters in the body, not certain all parameters actually. So basically speaking, John's red blood cell count is abnormal. Could be caused by a lot of things. It could be a pathology, a genetic condition, or maybe he just isn't eating as many green vegetables or he's not just getting enough nutrition that his body needs to provide red blood cell count. I'm not saying his parents are negligent, no, I'm just saying it happens. Yeah. So therefore, the doctor says, okay, we're going to give him a blood transfusion to get his blood moving. We'll give him some boosters. No, there's no such thing as boosters in medicine. We'll give him some blood, so we'll perform a blood transfusion to get his levels high up to the normal level. We'll also perform some other tests, including red blood cell counts, to see if there is an underlying disease for the condition. We'll also give him erythropoietin. Erythropoietin is a hormone that increases red blood cell counts. Now mind you, John is a child, which means that his blood is produced from his bone marrow and to some extent his liver, maybe his kidneys too. He's 5, so yeah, 1 or 2 kidneys. So they're going to do a kidney function test, liver function test, to see if these organs are producing what John needs to have proper blood production, or if it is truly a pathology. Now back to the beginning. John has low red blood cell count. That's the major thing we should focus on. Now, as John has a low red blood cell count, mind you, he needs blood for a lot of things. He needs blood to carry oxygen, to carry hormones, to carry many things throughout his body. Now, as his red blood cell count is low, the cardiovascular system is affected. As his cardiovascular system is affected, automatically a lot of systems are affected, including the respiratory system, the endocrine system, to an extent, his digestive system, because it's his blood that carries the nutrients from the end of digestion and takes it around the body. His renal system, I don't think, not really, no, it's not. Lymphatic, limbs have their own, way of doing things. So lots of the systems are affected, and this is how the body works. So the body works in systems, but then these systems also work with one another to make your body beautiful, and to make you work, and to make you a healthy living human being. What am I trying to say? I know I have been blabbing a lot, crazy, I know I have, but basically what I'm trying to say is that you should not just take care of one aspect of your body. No, that's not how health is. Health is systems. So we're taking care of systems, and we're taking care of the big system, which is your whole body. So when you take care of your whole body, you're taking care of individual systems in the body. That's how you take care of your whole body. So you can't just say, oh, I'm going to exercise more to build muscle fiber. You also need to eat more, because these muscle fibers now require more nutrients. As you're exercising more, your tidal respiratory volume is increasing. So more your nervous system is firing up, because exercise does that. Very nice little tidbits, So all these different systems are affected by everything we do. It's affected by environments. As simple as environment can be, where you find yourself also affects your body. So my word for you today is take care of your body, love your health, love it. Someone who studied it for 4 years, it's nothing like the body, really. I think that the people who truly understand the miracle of life are doctors or health practitioners, not doctors, health practitioners, because you see your body and you're like, this thing houses me, or it houses us as people, as human beings, as organisms actually, because animals still have bodies. This thing houses us, and there are so many little intricate things in the body that we truly can't understand how they came to be. Well, God made us, so yeah, he really did think of every single thing to put in our bodies, and that's a very beautiful thing to consider. So this is the end of today's talk. I have blabbed a lot, but I do hope you get a lesson from here, which basically is take care of your whole system, the whole body system, and the body does work in systems, and these systems affect one another. So when you want to work on, when you want to improve